Oh, we're off to Griffin Park for Brentford against Newcastle, where our commentators are the former Newcastle manager Jim Smith, now in charge of Portsmouth, of course. And first of all, good afternoon to Brian Moore.
Good afternoon to you, Saints. It's a terrific atmosphere down here, as you well know. My first job, as usual, is to sort out the two teams for you, starting with Brentford. With Jerry Payton on loan from Everton, the Republic of Ireland international, he's in goal. 2, Brian Statham. 3, Chris Hughton, both former Spurs men. 4, Keith Millen, the captain. 5, Jamie Bates. 6, Simon Ratcliffe. 7, Nicky Bennett, back after injury. 8, Dexter Kuzinski, the Polish midfielder, bought from Wimbledon. 9, Kevin Godfrey. 10, the top scorer, Gary Blissett. And 11, the experienced winger, 34-year-old Neil Smiley. Well, it's a sound-looking Brentford side. They speak highly of their centre-backs, Millen and Bates. Blissett is sure to be a threat in attack, with Bennett and Smiley making great use of the wings. In fact, an early return to London for Robert Lee. He signed for Newcastle the week before last from Charlton, after turning down both West Ham and Middlesbrough. So he's keen to make a right impression, and as usual, Newcastle with tremendous support here. Wherever they go, it makes it a real cup-tie atmosphere. Well, what about the Newcastle side then? In goal, they've got Tommy Wright, Northern Ireland's goalkeeper. Number 2, the former Liverpool man, Barry Venison. 3, John Beresford from Portsmouth. 4, Liam O'Brien. 5, Kevin Scott. 6, Stephen Howie. 7, Robert Lee. 8, Gavin Peacock, returns after hamstring trouble, he's the captain. 9, David Kelly, once of West Ham. 10, Lee Clark, a brilliant 19-year-old. And 11, Kevin Sheedy, so long the brains, of course, in the left side of Everton's midfield. Scott and Howie are the central defenders. Brian drives from the midfield, where so many of Newcastle's goals seem to come from. Sheedy and Clark as well, of course. But a real boost for the Magpies to have Gavin Peacock back in action. The referee today is Alan Gunn of South Chailey in Sussex. Let's just take a check on the substitutes for today. The Brentford substitutes are Billy Manuel and Marcus Gale, and for Newcastle, Mick Quinn and Brian Kilcline. Jim Smith with me here on this very noisy gantry. Jim, how do you see today's game going?
Well, it's going to be a very interesting game, Brian. Contrasting styles. Brentford are very Rule 1-ish, and Newcastle try and play, and I think it'll be a game that will interest everybody, I'm sure.
Phil Holder, the Brentford manager, clearly feels that Newcastle can be good at, particularly through those central defensive areas.
Yeah, that's where the key's going to be. I'll be very interested to see how young Howie and Kevin Scott handle the aerial bombardment that they're sure to get to this afternoon.
Well, it's Newcastle in a change strip this afternoon of yellow shirts, green shorts, against Brentford in their familiar red and white stripes. And away we go. O'Brien quickly on the ball for Newcastle, and Beresford, Chris Hughton, the former Spurs fullback, and a throw for Brentford. Newcastle, remember, the leaders by 2 points from Charlton. They've got 2 games in hand over the Valiants, though. Good jump there by Godfrey, up to Peacock. And a pass back, which the keeper, of course, cannot pick up. Jerry Payton knocks it away for the throw. And it'll be Venison with the throw for Newcastle United. Very noisy Brentford fans just beneath our gantry here. They got terrific support here. I hope it's not spoiling your enjoyment of it. Here's Sheedy going in though, and some excellent defending there by Statham as Kelly went in, and it looked for a moment odds on, Newcastle grabbing a quick lead. Good work by Sheedy leading up to it. Jim Smith.
That's one of the dangerous areas with Newcastle, when Clark and Peacock get together. Lovely little touch there with Gavin, and very near a goal, and that's where a lot of problems are going to arise, I'm sure, for Brentford this afternoon.
Payton with a kick. 8 successive victories in the league for Newcastle. Kevin Keegan's talking about the possibility of going right the way through the season, winning every game. I think you have to live up in the northeast to really believe that can happen, but certainly they are a side brimful of confidence at the moment. Good jump by Blissett, winning it in the air there for Brentford. Here's Kelly. Leaving it for Liam O'Brien, formerly with Manchester United. Kevin Scott, the long up and under. And now they're giving Brentford the free kick. Certainly like a cup tie atmosphere here. Brentford will be like little terriers today. They're lying 19th in the table. My feeling is that that's a fourth position. They are better than that. Up goes Blissett again. Godfrey going in, but something right. The Newcastle keeper.
That's going to be one of Brentford's ploys. A long kick onto Blissett's head or Bennett's head, and they're very dangerous in them situations.
Here's Bennett again now. Up to Godfrey. Yes, you speak with some feeling, Jim. You came here and played well against them and still found yourself beaten 4-1 early this season.
Yeah, all to do with their aerial battle also.
Peacock. Sheedy planting it forward. Taken quickly off his line. One of the qualities they've got is that they are real good, strong battlers, aren't they? At the first half hour of your game here, you look like annihilating them, but they stuck to it so well in the end, beat you 4-1.
That's their strength, and I'm sure that's how they got out of the third division, but they're going to have a lot of quality against them today, and a team that's full of confidence. You can see that already, how they're passing the ball.
O'Brien hitting it long and forward, hoping to pick up Peacock. Here's Blissett. Clark takes it away from him. The free kick, the whistle's gone. The free kick's already given to Newcastle. Barry Venison. Kelly trying to chest it down towards young Lee Clark. Venison back to right. Towards Robert Lee. Creighton gets it away from Bates's pass back to him. O'Brien again, giving the ball away here to Mickey Bennett. And here's Beresford. Start for Portsmouth in their run through to the semi-finals last season. And in the end, running out of ideas and heavily overwhelmed by at least 4 Brentford players around him.
He should have done better there, actually. He should have laid the ball off. He made a great run, but he didn't seem to, as you say, appear to know what to do, but he had 3 opportunities to put people in there. But he's very good going forward, he's young.
Lee in the touch again for a Newcastle throw. An all-ticket crowd. Newcastle fans allocated something like 2,000, which, of course, with their incredible support is totally inadequate, but it's the most that Brentford could manage. Free kick to the Bees, to be taken by Keith Millen, their captain, 26-year-old last week. They speak so highly of him, a real one-club man here. Over 300 appearances for Brentford. Away by Stephen Howie.
Brentford always aim for that touch line, so at least to get a throw in, and they can put teams under pressure from them throw-ins. And there's the ball in the box.
Pressure now. Mickey Bennett getting in. Kick going Newcastle's way.
They looked a little bit uncertain there on that ball in there. But having said that, the wind's very blustery, and I think that's going to be difficult for the goalkeepers.
Here we see it again, Jim Smith.
Yeah, the ball's coming there, the keeper's going to come and decides not to, and it was maybe half a chance.
Sheedy brings such quality and experience to this Newcastle midfield. The work there of Kelly, you saw the value there. O'Brien finding Clark, he's a real prospect, this one, the number 10, only 19. Former England schoolboy captain. Here he is again on the ball. Little ball played this time towards Gavin Peacock. Then not right for Robert Lee, played in again there, and again Brian Statham needing to get that one away and gets it out to Neil Smiley. Good play by Smiley. Millen gets it long and forwards. Godfrey's got his head down and chasing, but Kevin Scott turns it away for the throw to Brentford.
Good play by Brentford. They've got out of that very well. I thought Millen went an excellent ball there, and it showed you their strength.
Well, here's Chris Houghton with the throw. Kevin Godfrey, a long career with Leyton Orient. Right, getting that header from Bissett. Kelly, Peacock, Sheedy, hit it straight at Statham, and the rebound almost got for Mickey Bennett. In the end, it had to be pushed away, back by Beresford. O'Brien forward. Millen, carefully back to Jerry Payton. Brian again, knocked skillfully sideways there for Sheedy. Millen looked as though he might get caught out for a moment, but got his feet together well. And long ball now, looking for Blissett. Bennett chasing and Blissett in there too. Beresford getting it away, some support by Sheedy. Scott now. And a good jump by Kelly. Here's young Lee Clark. Peacock just fractionally offside.
They hold the line, Brentford, and I think that can possibly give them a problem at some given time, because Clark can see the through ball very quickly, and if he catches them, they'll be in trouble. Excellent player, young Lee Clark. He's got a super football brain.
Here's Statham, chipped in by him. Smiley had dragged himself in from the touchline, but Venison got the header in for Newcastle. And now Godfrey, no. Good defending that time by Stephen Howie. Interesting character, Stephen Howie, because he's still only 20 years old and was originally a striker, converted to a centre-back last season.
I had him when I was there as a young lad, as an apprentice. He was centre forward, and the staff actually wanted to let him go, but I had a feel for him as a centre forward. But Ozzy made him into a centre half, and he looks a very good prospect. And I think with the back pass rule now, centre halves need to be happy with the ball, and he will be.
Terrific. Well, they break here. The flag has stayed down. Kelly's right in there. Clark is up in there. Sheedy's in there. The ball has gone to the back of the net. David Kelly, the scorer. Newcastle strike after 10 minutes. The goal scorer Kelly, but he had two other options on, Clark and Sheedy, so quickly had they sprung forward. And Brentford feeling there was a degree of offside, but I think you could see he was played on.
No, I said the offside would give him a problem, and certainly they tried to play offside there, but the left back played them on, and he took it brilliantly.
So Newcastle, the leaders of the First Division, get off to a brilliant start here at Griffin Park. Good work here by Kelly. And a hammering finish beyond Payton, 1-0. Scott gets it away. Kuzinski. Godfrey. Kelly again. This time to get Peacock free, but Statham there for Brentford. Clark. O'Brien. Lee to Venison. Simon Ratcliffe getting it away. Howie. That's what we were talking about a moment ago, but he's given it away this time to Neil Smiley for Brentford. No troubles there.
You can see there the confusion that this back pass rule gives you. You don't want to pass it back or try and take it out. And I don't like the rule, but it definitely makes the game far more interesting for the supporters.
It was certainly a good finish by Kelly again. I mean, West Ham fans watching this will, I mean, Kelly was there for a period and was always a nearly man, never quite made it there, you know, and they got a bit exasperated by him, but his form here has been very good this season. That's his 5th goal this season. He took that one really well.
Well, I think if you asked David Plead at Leicester, they said he did it sometimes, didn't do it others, but he's done it ever since the first day he's been at Newcastle and looks a very good player.
Sheedy playing it in. Oh, and Chris Hughton screwing it away in the touch. And at the moment, a certain amount of disarray, it seems, in the Brentford defence. Here's Lee Clark for Newcastle this time. Nodded away by Millen. O'Brien going in again. Robert Lee in there as well. Almost got O'Brien in. And Hughton gets it away. Up to Godfrey. Brzezinski. Scott. Oh. He was supported by Liam O'Brien. Here's Robert Lee just coming to this side of the field now. Peacock will keep this in play. Sheed is up alongside him. A lovely ball played in again, just a little too close to the keeper that time. With Robert Lee, who's a good crosser, Peacock there, Sheedy as well. There are always good crosses coming in from Newcastle.
Yeah, they're all quality players, and Brentford, to be fair, Brentford's defence look all at 6s and 7s at the moment, and they've got to get themselves organised or they'll be in further trouble, I'm sure.
Blissett. There's Clark again. Hughton. Blissett.
Great
towards
ball.
Mickey Bennett. Kevin Godfrey's waiting in the middle. It's a goal kick to Newcastle. 4 times champions, 6 times cup winners. Last the Newcastle won the championship 26-27. A long time ago. The last time they won the cup was 54-55. Keegan's got them on a roll now. When that happens up in that part of the world, anything can happen. Clark with a long cross again towards Kelly. Jim, as a former Newcastle manager, you may not have heard it, Kevin was saying just before on the programme that he's probably got a chance of turning the club around than any of the previous managers, because now the board is united and everybody is rowing in the same direction. I mean, is that something you feel as well?
Well, I always said that when I was up there, that the club had no chance until they got total harmony in the board and total control of their own destiny instead of fighting one another. And that's happened, and obviously the success has followed, and I think it will go on. You can see that with the team. You can see them all full of confidence, all wanting the ball, all prepared to play.
Here's a throw to Brentford. Free again. Free kick given to Brentford. Foul on Neil Smiley. Well, they're bringing Jamie Bates into the firing line for this one. Simon Ratcliffe's in there, the number 6. Blissett, number 10. Now, what can Smiley do here?
Certainly a good chance for Brentford to get something good at this.
Well, it was pushed away that time by Tommy Wright.
I thought about Bates had a good chance there, actually. He was in front of the keeper. I thought he should have done better on that one.
It's a goal kick.
But them free kicks and corners are an area that Brentford are very strong in, and that's one of their best chances of scoring off a set play.
is very much in Newcastle's faces at the moment. Right, he didn't even make the halfway line with that kick. It's a very breezy afternoon here in West London. Beresford with a nice header away. Clark finding Sheedy. Free kick to Newcastle. Tommy Wright, the 29-year-old Northern Ireland current international. Some idea of how effective Newcastle are these days. Conceded only 8 goals in 13 games and none in the last 4. Sheedy with the break here by Clark, but he's offside.
I don't think Clark was offside there, actually. I think it's Peacock coming back on.
What a cracking little character that Lee Clark is. Just 19 years old. Peter Beardsley was talking to me quite a few years ago when he was an England schoolboy. I think Peter probably took him under his wing at Newcastle early on, Jim.
Very much so, and Lee was always going to be a good player. He's matured tremendously in a very short time, so what he's going to be as he gets older could be anything. And he's playing in his perfect role. He's got the freedom to get forward while Liam O'Brien does a super job sitting in and being the anchor man in midfield.
Another throw to Brentford. Brian Statham. Brian Statham had about 27 games with Tottenham. Well, the Bees have won a corner. As Jim Smith was saying, this might be the sort of area where they could create danger. Big men coming in. If the right sort of delivery is forthcoming from Neil Smiley. Godfrey's made a little break towards the near post and changed his mind. The referee actually unhappy with Liam O'Brien on Mickey Bennett. They're having a little flare-up just beyond the near post there.
I don't know what happened before, but Bennett took a little swipe at O'Brien there. He could have put himself in trouble.
Here comes the corner. Fisted away, well, he's fisted for another corner by Wright. Again, hanging in there. It was Kelly back there who got the header that's really counted for Newcastle. And now a throw to Newcastle.
Tommy Wright's having a fantastic season, and if anybody deserves it, it's Tommy. I made it give him his debut, and when we sold Besson to Chelsea, and he was one of these lads who I always thought was an unlucky goalkeeper, because whenever he made a mistake, it ended up back of the net. But it's all coming good for him, and if anybody deserves it, Tommy does.
This is Lee. O'Brien. The first time this afternoon that Liam O'Brien's given the ball away in that sort of area. A free kick, is it to Brentford? A drop ball possibly.
Drop ball. I haven't seen many of them for a long time.
No. Clark gets it away to Lee. Clark puts his head down against the wind there. Keith Millen.
What Lee Clark likes is, you saw there, his genuine pace. That's one of his weaknesses.
Henderson with the throw. Henderson. This was gone for a free kick to Brentford.
See the difference in the sides there. Newcastle's midfield are backing up all the time. and going to win all the knockbacks, whereas Brentford's midfield are looking a little bit nervous about it all, and they should be pushing on. They had a good chance to win the ball in advanced position, but they're never there. They're just a little bit nervous at the moment of the Newcastle team.
Newcastle leading by 1-0. Just joined us, scored after 10 minutes by David Kelly. Newcastle in the yellow strip, Brentford in the red and white stripes. Ball header there from Gavin Peacock. Kelly playing it on. O'Brien caught offside again.
But you see everybody's getting forward. I mean, O'Brien was offside there just, but he's coming from the anchor midfield, getting forward. Clark gets in there, Sheedy gets in there. Funny enough, Robert Lee's been the quietest when we haven't seen him have the ball here at the moment.
Headed back there by Kevin Scott. Crowd of just over 10,000 here, an all-ticket crowd. In fact, the capacity here at Griffin Park at the moment, I think, is only about 14. They've obviously done a lot of work on this stadium, Jim. It's you get the impression of it being a really well-run and friendly club, and there's an awful lot of good work going on behind the scenes here.
Well, they've definitely gone for the family atmosphere and done a super job. When you remember when I used to come here a few years ago, they've made tremendous improvements. Nice and tidy, and as I said, very, very key to get a family atmosphere, which I think is the way to go at this level of clubs.
Here's Blissett. Brzezinski. It's easy for Wright. Peacock, header, up goes Lee. Peacock chasing this one. Little dummy, tries to dummy his way once, twice, 3 times. Doesn't quite get the cross in, it comes off the Brentford defender.
Shows you the strength of Newcastle when they bring Gavin Peacock in quite rightly and have Mickey Quinn on the line, who scored something like 5 goals in the last 3 games.
5 goals in the last 6 games, I think.
Games,
yeah, I mean, he's had a great run for them. Sheedy with the corner, floated in. Kelly with the header way off target. As a manager, I mean, Kevin has obviously decided that Peacock should come back in and Mickey Quinn goes out. Is that the decision you would have taken?
I might have done it at the last minute, but it would have been it's a tremendously brave decision. But Gavin Peacock is very instrumental in the success of Newcastle, and obviously you've always got to pick your best team.
Smiley up. Kevin Keegan rates Peacock as the best player in the First Division at the moment. I suppose he might be slightly biased in that, but talking to Lenny Lawrence, who's doing the co-commentary for Tyne Tees today, saying that if he were in a Premier League side, he would certainly be in the England squad.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fantastic pro. I mean, he's done things, to be honest, better than I thought he could ever do, and he's improved. But the kind of lad he is, that's his secret. He's a tremendous professional, wants to improve, wants to be a player all the time, and you couldn't have a better professional in the club. And I also think Kevin tends to look at him and think it's himself playing, so he's probably a little bit biased on that one also.
You took him, didn't you, from Bournemouth?
I had him at QPR, actually. I sold him to Gillingham, to his dad, Keith, and then he went up to Bournemouth, and I then took him back with me at Newcastle, and he did a fantastic job then, and I don't think he's ever had a bad game for him.
Gavin Peacock they're talking about. Here is Gavin. Crossed it in, a good deep cross there, but quite possible for Sheedy to get on the end of it because Chris Hewden put it behind for the corner.
He did brilliant there, Gavin. I'm going to call him Keith then. He did brilliant there, and on his left foot as well. I thought they should have attacked the ball better than they did actually, Newcastle.
Here's a corner for Newcastle, leading here by 1-0. Kevin Sheedy with it with that lazy left foot of his. Headed in by Kelly. Saved by Payton.
looking at Payton there, when we think back about the goal, it was a good strike, but it went in the near post, and I would think we, as managers, you tend to be very critical of goalkeepers who let it go in on the near post.
Clark getting it forward. That was after 10 minutes of the game. We've now played just over 26.
I find that a very harsh decision. I mean, he attacked the ball, he tackled at the side of him, and obviously Mr. Gunn said it was a foul. I don't see that.
Co-commentator today, Jim Smith, manager of Portsmouth, former manager of Newcastle United. John Beresford. Away by Houghton. Lee getting the better of Houghton. Still with Robert Lee. And the Peacock almost forcing it over the line. And somehow Brentford got it away. And here comes Blissett now for the Bees. Out to Smiley. Getting support from Krasinski. Three men in red and white shirts up ahead of him too. Still with Neil Smiley onto the right foot. And just wide of the Newcastle goal. A great strike out by Brentford. And they so nearly conceded the second goal a moment before.
Just highlights the game there, Brian. At one end, Peacock should have scored, I thought, after a tremendous run with Lee. And within seconds, Smiley's gone at the other end and had a great strike at goal. And that's the kind of game it is at the moment.
Godfrey. Sheedy tidying up, getting it forward to O'Brien. A lot of movement ahead of him, and here's Peacock, who's on wheeling out to the left here. Clark might struggle to get to that one. Scott up to Peacock. Came off Statham for a Newcastle throw.
Brentford's touch in the final third's letting them down badly. They've got chances, but the final ball or the final touch is letting them down badly. The difference, and that's the difference of the two sides at the moment.
Sheedy, Kevin Scott goes. There's Peacock going for this one after Bates had headed it clear.
Great ball there by Sheedy. He did a super job for him. He doesn't play as a winger, he's a midfield player really, and does a fantastic job for him.
Goal kick. In his sixth season at Newcastle, lost the princely sum of £30,000 when he came from Linfield.
Tommy actually didn't start playing in goals till he was about 20-year-old. He was an athlete really, and funny enough, he was the best runner in the club when I was there.
Is that so?
And it's very rare for goalkeepers to be athletes. Gymnasts, but not athletes.
That's right. Somewhere that he's got a couple of brothers, or three brothers even, who are all goalkeepers, Tommy.
Right,
This is David Kelly on the far side for Newcastle.
We're saying Brian Bennett has been injured. Has he come back? Yeah. He looks injured to me. He doesn't look as though he's fit, and I think he's a little bit of a weakness for him.
Clark gets it through to Sheedy, gets it back again to Lee Clark. Beresford's away on this left flank. O'Brien finding Venison, snapped forward by him. And just for a moment, Houghton and his goalkeeper Jerry Clayton weren't on the same wavelength.
That highlights the back pass situation, right? I mean, it was a good ball into present day football. When in last year's football, the keeper would have just come out and picked it up, or Houghton would have knocked it back to him. And that's the point I don't like about the back pass. When you're in the 18-yard, you should be able to knock it back to your goalkeeper.
Quite agree. I think a back pass inside the penalty area is very often a good, legitimate defensive measure, isn't it?
It's excellent defending.
I mean, that's the sort of thing that you're right to knock out.
Absolutely, that's absolutely. And we all agree with that. But good defending when a lad can head it back, pass it back with skill in his box, is perfect defending, and I don't think that should be punished.
Harry gets it away. referee. This winkles it away from him, but it's only as far as Krasinski. Bennett. In by winger there, Neil Smiley.
Goalkeeper Tommy actually misjudged it there. It could have cost him. Again, I think it's the wind that's doing it, because he's swirling as opposed to going one route.
Smiley's long cross here, Jim.
Yes, look, he's coming out now. He's missed the ball actually. It was a little bit unlucky, Blissett, actually, on that one.
Kelly. Beresford. That'll fall for Sheedy.
Brilliant bit of football there. I mean, a fantastic turn and shot by Blissett, and again Tommy made a marvellous save. Great football.
Just before the corner's taken there, so it was a lovely touch by Blissett.
Yeah.
What a wonderful save by the Newcastle goalkeeper, Tommy Wright. A corner then for Brentford, getting up ahead of steam here, looking for the equalising goal. Keeper's ball, he's lost it. But he was under pressure and fouled as he went up for it. It'll be a free kick to Newcastle.
I think that's where goalkeepers get away with murder, Brian. I don't know. I wouldn't see that as a foul. I thought he missed the ball and was lucky enough to get the foul. But that's what I said about his luck might have turned for him. Yep. 2 years ago, that would have ended up back of the net.
Beresford. Sheedy. Nice touch by Sheedy. Clark, oh, lovely touch by him. Kelly, some great stuff here from Newcastle. Kelly looking to finish it off, brought down there by Keith Millen. And a free kick to Newcastle in, I suppose, Sheedy territory, really. 6 or 7 yards outside, fairly central. I would have thought Kevin Sheedy, Jim might well have...
Yeah, but his four there fancied the chances, really. Venison, O'Brien and Sheedy, and definitely Beresford. He used to take all our free kicks, even when we didn't want him to. But Sheedy's the man, I would think.
Yeah. Alan Gunn's getting the wall back 10 yards, which will help Sheedy's effort if he wants to screw it round the wall. There's Kevin Sheedy, it's driven, it comes off the wall, goes behind.
It was good football by Newcastle there. They played him super, really. Good movement, good passing.
Away by Krasinski. Edison hitting it forward again for Newcastle. Giving it to Peacock. Just to get it back again. Brentford in fact get possession. It's Detsy Krasinski. Very powerful man, but just lacking that little bit of explosive pace to get. Well, it's nearly given away by Tommy right there, but his luck's holding because it went straight through to Lee Clark. Here's Sheedy. Lovely ball play by Sheedy. Absolutely inch perfect there for John Beresford. Kelly's waiting in the middle. Peacock's come up as well. O'Brien, who drives them through the midfield, little chip on that side, not quite clearing the head of Chris Hughton, and Newcastle get a throw.
I thought Beresford should have delivered the ball in early then. He super ball again, and his good run, and if they had bodies in the box, I thought he should have put it in.
Throw then to Newcastle, being taken by Barry Venison. Plays it in for Kelly. Just held him at bay. Hugh just dinking it away up to Blissett. Put Sheedy in there again. He's covering some ground, always where he needs to be. The left foot of Beresford knocking it forward again. Statham though for Brentford, and now Bennett. slot.
That's what I think Brentford's got to do. They've got to get the ball out to Bennett and attack Beresford, because he's not the best defender. He's very good going forward, and they need to get that width going a little bit more to stretch Newcastle.
I bet you didn't tell Newcastle he's not the best defender when you sold him up there, did you? And he played a big part in your run last season.
He's a super player going forward, but as I say, I think he always can have a chance at getting at him.
£650,000, Jim Smith's club, picked up for John Beresford.
Well, that was a tribunal decision.
Free kick to Brentford. I mean, Godfrey getting a smack in the face there. Smiley will take it.
It's a dangerous area for Newcastle, this, because Smiley's a good deliverer.
There are 2, 4, 6, 7 Brentford players in and around that Newcastle penalty area. Floated in there and right.
Much too near the goalkeeper.
Always Tommy Wright's ball.
Yeah, always.
About 7 minutes to go to half-time. Newcastle leading Brentford by 1-0 here at Griffin Park. Smiley. Crossed in again. Towards Gary Blissett. A good jump by Blissett, but a good one by O'Brien as well, saving the day there for Newcastle. Back to Statham. Locked in again. Scott put his foot to that one. Here's Clark. Peacock. Oh, a good ball by Peacock, and lovely running by Lee Clark. He's got Kelly up alongside him. It's Clark now. And into the side netting.
Once again, the offside game is going to get them in trouble. It was a great bit of play by Gary Peacock, and a good run by Lee. Lee Clark, that is.
That's a lovely ball played there. And Clark was so full of running at that point. Sheedy. Statham. Brzezinski onside. Right. Quick to spot the danger.
Good position by Tommy Wright there.
Smiley's header. Knocking it away for Brentford up towards Godfrey. Good job by Harry. Smiley playing it in towards Mickey Bennett. Beresford's header. Oh, got them in trouble there. But it's safely in the hands of Newcastle's Tommy Wright. Jamie Bates with a header. By O'Brien. Again. He looks an important part of the Newcastle midfield as Liam O'Brien. He's got that bit of strength and presence about him there, hasn't he?
Very much so. He's done a super job, and that's his perfect position, just sitting in there, because he's, as you say, a very strong lad, and he's a super passer. He's got a good range of a pass.
Bates playing it in. Hammering it forward, and Kelly was just onside when that ball was delivered, but no foul. Kelly foul. Statham comes away, delivers the ball up towards Blissett.
I think that ball in the second half will hold up a little bit more for Brentford, and it'll help them. It's going straight through to the keeper at the moment.
Kelly. Scott.
Just lost its shape a little bit at the moment, Brian. It's a little bit, always just before the half time, I think you all get a bit nervous about hanging on to your one goal or trying to force it.
Here's Smiley. Getting away from Benison's challenge, finds Chris Hughton, then runs for Chris Hughton here. Still running for Chris Hughton, and then Kevin Scott gets in with his challenge. Here's O'Brien. And he's given it away. On the edge of the box.
Yeah, you can see them they were very nervous there, Newcastle, but they didn't clear the lines very well at all, and the Brentford strength came into it.
Simon Ratcliffe in the 6-yard area, along with Gary Blissett. Keep Bennett at the near post. Bennett with a header. And a shot by Jamie Bates, saved by goalkeeper Wright.
Once again, they had a good, well, not a good opportunity, but certainly an opportunity off a set play, and I think that's going to be their major attack force.
Well, this is Brentford, isn't it? I mean, it's their sort of tenacity that keeps them in a game like this, and you feel that it may be one of these occasions the move might go for them, and the goal will result. But at the moment, it's Lee Clark at the moment for Newcastle. Good cross by him towards Sheedy. Kelly's got in there as well. Sheedy got the touch, and Robert Lee going in, but it's a goal kick.
Well, as you say, you're right, Brian. I mean, when they went 1-0 up and they started to play, you'd think Newcastle could take over here.
That's right.
But as I know the feeling well. Right. And but Brentford stuck in there, and you can see little glimmers of hope at the moment.
Jerry Payton with the goal kick for them, with the last minute of the first half coming up. For the header, Statham turning it in, Blissett trying to get away from Howie.
Tommy Wright once again showing how alert he is. He's cleaned everything up that's gone over the top. He's acting as a sweeper, as you've got to do in today's game.
Here, Benison. Lee, losing it though. Here come Brentford again. Good by Benison.
Important tackle by Howie there, very important.
Brentford's throw. Brzezinski to Bennett.
Wasted opportunity, poor cross. I think they've got to get behind them. It's no good knocking him in from that angle.
Allowing for the fact that it's lost its shape just a little bit over the last few minutes. It's been a good first half, Jim.
Very good first half. There's been, as I say, contrasted styles. There's been some excellent football by Newcastle and tremendous thrust by Brentford. It's been a first-class game.
Well, a first-class game, and the side separated by David Kelly's strike after 10 minutes. So the half-time score here at Griffin Park, it's Brentford 0, Newcastle United 1.
Welcome back. It's Brentford 1-0, Newcastle 1, and up there in the Midlands it's Wolverhampton 0, West Ham United 0. Now, the first half there we were hoping, I think you were hoping that Brentford might get themselves an early goal, but in fact it went the other way.
Yeah, I think Brentford's main chance was to start off aggressive and perhaps get a goal. And I think they had their stuff knocked out of them with that goal. It looked a bit offside to me. I mean, I like to see it on the TV, but it knocked them back a bit, I think, afterwards.
Well, it's certainly from this angle, it's difficult to see. It's difficult to spot the angle there, isn't it? But he looked offside. I felt he looked offside. But David Kelly knocking it in the near post. Jim Smith, as a manager, would do. But do you think you blame the goalkeeper in that
yeah,
one?
but I think the keeper's aware that there's other people in the box who he could pass it to. I think the problem is if you're going to play the offside, I mean, it's a very dangerous thing to play. Some you win, some you lose, and they've lost out there. Yeah, the keeper perhaps was a little bit at fault.
OK, Robert Lee, the player that you sold to Newcastle. What's your opinion on how he's been playing?
He's had a quiet first half, but this is his strength. When he gets in and around the penalty box, he's so dangerous and so quick. And, you know, really that could have been 2 and that could have been the game all over. I think Robert will come into it more the second half. When the game opens up a little bit, Newcastle, to me, look like they've got 3 or 4 players there who could do some damage on the break. And if it opens up like I expect it to, I think that they will come into it a bit more.
They seem very, very square, and well, I'm going to say square. They're trying to play offside. They're holding the line, but with sometimes the odd defender falling back a bit.
They've been caught a couple of times and have only been punished once.
Yeah.
Well, it's obviously something they play, and it's obviously something that Newcastle have looked at because they've knocked the ball over the top a couple of times and have got in.
Well, Blissett got in certainly for Brentford, and really and truly should have done, I think, a little bit better here because, for my money, all he needs to do is keep it low, just knock it under the goalkeeper.
I mean, as a keeper, if it goes anywhere near you, you've got a chance. But if he puts it on the floor, it's very difficult for them to get down. You know, and that was just the right height for the keeper there, and he done OK.
Right, we'll take a short break. We'll be right back with the action after that. Welcome back. The second half will be coming up shortly from Brentford. But Jim Rosenthal has a special guest with him today. Jim?
Yes, thank you, Saint. Neil Kinnock has joined us as the players make their way out for the second half. What have you made of the first half? It's quite fashionable, isn't it, for MPs to talk about football at the moment?
Well, indeed it is, but I think that we ought to confine our comments. It's a very enjoyable game, obviously. Although Brentford seem to have most of the play, the fact is that United make something of every possession they get.
And I think you enjoy coming here. It's very, very much a friendly club, very much your club.
It is a friendly club. They've always extended a welcome, even when I put a jinx on them the season before last and saw them losing 3 times in succession. They still welcome me back, and I'm glad to say the jinx is broken.
And it's quite handy for you in terms of parking and things like that, you're telling me.
Yeah, it is very handy. We got some friends who live around the corner. We can park there and just stroll around. And this is a club where the temperature doesn't rise too much, so that's very good as well. Though I must say, after promotion last year, who knows where Brentford can go.
That's right. Just finally, on a personal note, you've done a bit of weight. You've been doing a bit of running and working out and things like that?
Well, not running. That's a little too excessive for a 50-year-old man like me, but a little bit of weights and so on, and it all helps.
Enjoy the second half. Let's get back to our commentators, Jim Smith and Brian Moore.
Thank you, Jim. Yes, here we go then. Newcastle leading by a 1-0, let me remind you. They're in the yellow strip now, attacking the goal to the right. But it's Brentford attacking the moment as Venison gets it back. One of these days, Jim, we're going to be around when the goalkeeper fly hacks away like that and misses completely. And I don't think Tommy was that far from doing that. That wasn't exactly where he meant it to go.
I can see that happening at any given time, I must be honest.
So a throw to Brentford. It's Bennett. That'll be a Newcastle goal kick. Magpies very much on course for 9 successive league wins. Their best start already, their best start for the last 84 years.
It's an incredible start when you consider the amount of games you play in such a short time, but having said that, they've got a fantastic squad. They've got a very deep squad, and they'll take some stopping. They'll go all the way this year, I'm sure.
With many more games to play with the Anglo-Italian as well. They're both Brentford and Newcastle are involved in that.
Actually, it's quite a big thing on Tyneside, because that's the last time they reckon he won in Europe, when they won the Anglo-Italian.
That's right.
And they're looking forward to it.
Again, it out to Jamie Bates. Let's rock it loose, but it's gone off in the back garden of 23 Acacia Avenue. It'll be a goal kick to Newcastle. Lovely little ground here actually in West London. One of the, I don't know whether you know, Jim, but it's one of the, I don't know, maybe unique. There's a pub on the corner. At every corner here, at all the four corners of this ground, there's a pub.
I know some players who'd like to sign here then.
Right to the goal kick. Bates trying to hold off Kelly. Doesn't succeed in doing so. Kelly hoisting it in there, but this is easy for Jerry Payton.
You can't take that kind of chance with people like you with Kelly and Peacock around you. They'll chase everything, and he's got to play it safe and get it out.
We wondered if the ball might just hold up a little bit for Brentford in the second half. As you can see there, it just holds up a little bit for them. Payton hit that one forward. Now Statham to Bennett. Looking to get round Beresford. Yes, there was an obstruction there by John Beresford. Be a free kick to Brentford. Not heard the whistle.
I think that's where Brentford's got to go. They've got to go down the wide areas a little bit more often on both sides.
Krasinski now for them. He gets it away. O'Brien, and look at the space here. Can Clark exploit this? Getting there just before Keith Millen. The cross coming in. And Bates getting it away, coming back to his defensive duties. Beresford to Clark. Newcastle again on the attack. Peacock. In the end, Krasinski getting it away to Bennett. Beaten by Kevin Scott. Good break here by the big defender. Who knows what he'll do? He very nearly found Gavin Peacock with it. It was Jamie Bates who got it away for Brentford. Up to Bissell, who's having his arm pulled there by Howie. Bennett trying to get the ball out here, fighting it towards Neil Smiley. And it'll be a throw to Brentford.
Good chance for Benny to put an angle ball into Blissett there. A good ball and Blissett was in. And again, that's another area I think they can get some success.
Scott gone again. A free kick to Newcastle. Big important date for both these clubs do in fact in midweek. Brentford are here, second leg of a Coca-Cola Cup tie against Tottenham, and Newcastle play a second leg against Middlesbrough, a real northeastern derby. Free kick again. Brentford, the foul by Beresford. Rather to Newcastle. Sheedy and Beresford over this one. It's going to be John Beresford. Curling the free kick in towards Kelly.
Good ball in there from John. I thought Sheedy would have taken it, but there's two good left-footed players out there.
Scott. Peacock. Radcliffe getting it away. Scott. Sustained pressure here from Newcastle. And they're actually opening up as yet a chance for themselves. Here's Beresford though, just touch in for Sheedy. Nice play again here by Newcastle to Lee Clark. Played in just behind David Kelly. Brzezinski brings it away to Smiley. Up towards Blissett. A shove in the back by the young defender on Blissett. And an offside flag up against Kevin Godfrey.
I think Blissett taken the free kick that little bit early. He'd have been in Godfrey. But a good play down that side, left-hand side by Newcastle. Lee Clark actually I thought would have had a good little chip and he pulled it back, and if it had chipped in the back post, Gavin Peacock would have been there to put it in.
Stephen Howe with the free kick for Newcastle. Millen's header. Just looking for the spark now, aren't we, at the start of this second half? Jim, haven't really quite found it yet.
I think Brentford's got to get hold of the game, else they're going to be in trouble. They're just playing a little bit tentatively as opposed to being so positive. And Newcastle, with their experience and the quality, will hold them out if they don't get an early goal. I think they need that badly.
Lee. Side flag up against Peacock. Just take a look at the Newcastle bench for a moment. Terry McDermott, I can see sitting in the middle. Kevin, so he's at the top end, but under the V of visitors, there's Terry McDermott, who's the right-hand man of Kevin there at St James's Park.
Mickey Quinn
seems to be a good combination. Mickey Quinn with the moustache.
Derek Fazackley, the coach, who's done an excellent job since they took him in there.
Back by Beresford.
Kevin now tells me he sits up in the box quite relaxed. You don't think he's got any problems this season?
I tell you, when you've won 8 successive games, you haven't got too many problems, have you?
You certainly haven't.
See him sitting across there now, looking very relaxed, in fact, up in the director's box, Mr. Keegan.
If he can be relaxed, as you said, after 8 consecutive wins, and the squad he's got, and 30,000 crazy Geordies, it's a very nice position to be in.
Here's Clark.
Important interception there. Sheedy was in. Always give it away.
Here's Lee. Godfrey. Brzezinski. Benison. Hit long, offside against Peacock on that occasion.
Actually smiling, he's looking at Smiley there. Aye. He doesn't look too relaxed, I don't think. Just saying, looking at Smiley there, I thought he might be an influential figure today, but he's been a little bit disappointing. He hasn't had a lot of ball, but he's the kind of player that can open defences.
Clark gets it away for Newcastle, leading still by a goal to nil. Millen does have a big influence on the Brentford defence. They speak very highly of Keith Millen. He was their player of the year last year.
He did a very good job for him. He's a very solid player and good centre half.
Godfrey. Keeper's ball. Smiley coming back in. O'Brien. Kelly. Sheedy. Harris has made a good break down the left flank for him. A little decoy it was in the end because he played it into Peacock instead. Peacock's cross to Sheedy, and Sheedy finished it off. Got it onto that left foot, and that was a good piece of goalkeeping there by Payton. I think supported by Statham. But Peacock played Sheedy in, and there was real venom in that shot of Sheedy's.
Just shows a tremendous football. Value of Gavin Peacock. Ball into feet in the box, he turned and he waited. Laid a lovely ball back for Sheedy. And I thought it's certain to score, but it's a great save actually from Jerry Payne.
Excellent save. Here comes the corner though, Sheedy with it. Left foot towards Scott, didn't get to him. Blissett hooks it away for Brentford. Not very convincingly because it goes to O'Brien. Finding Howie. Peacock with the dummy, it almost let Lee Clark in, and Bennett getting this one sky high and away for Brentford. A little touch by Blissett, and now Smiley is away. Got Krasinski up alongside him. Kevin Godfrey's in the middle. Blissett's in there too. Here's Gary Blissett. No, they left it for Mickey Bennett. And in the end, nobody was positive enough, but in the end, it's Peacock who gets it away, only as far as Statham. And an offside flag up against Blissett.
It was a great opportunity for Brentford there. They brought the offside down, they got in, and they messed it up really. Bennett didn't seem to know what he was doing. If he could pull it out and gone the other way, he'd have got around in on goal. But he doesn't look right to me, Bennett. He doesn't look fully fit.
Striker Marcus Gale on the bench, who might feel that he'll get on for the...
He certainly was handful against us the night he played us. I'm a little bit surprised he's not in the team, in all fairness, because when I've seen him, he's very quick and he looks a very useful player.
Hit long towards Godfrey. Brian. Sheedy. Statham. Done very well here, but the flag has gone up. I think possibly more against Blissett than Bennett.
I think you see it was Blissett that played him on, because it was a great opportunity if he'd have been onside there. And that's the way they've got to go. I'm sure Brentford's got to get down these flanks to have a chance of winning this game. Looks like they both are offside together.
Yeah. Peacock battling away, Clark in there also. Houghton gets it clear to Godfrey. Now Smiley, he's got away from Benison. Cross here, Godfrey again, onto the right foot. Knocked away brilliantly there by Tommy Wright.
Great save again. It just shows you that I think you can get at Newcastle's defence. If you get wide, he got in there again. Scott was all over the place, but he's a fantastic save by Tommy Wright. Actually, we could have done with a goal there.
So a corner then for Brentford. Smiley will take it. The referee having a word with Lee Clark about something. What can Brentford do here? Looking for that equalising goal.
Wow, what a good chance that was.
Bates, in fact, was first to it.
Brentford has just come out, they've just had 3 opportunities to have equalised.
It's by no means cut and dry this at the moment, Jim, is it?
No, I mean, I would, in fact, you'd look at this and put your money on Brentford to get an equaliser. But
right.
Then Newcastle's quality is always there, and that's just, again, one of their major strengths. They've got quality players in attacking positions who can all score.
Jump by Millen there in defence for Brentford again, but here's Kevin Scott for Newcastle, bulldozing his way through. Oh, and then getting caught up there with Brian Statham. Referee pulling Scott away. That was all a bit silly and unnecessary. And Brian Statham coming across. The referee, I think, has got cards out, so...
I mean, it's a difficult one there. He was fighting his way through Kevin Scott there, and Statham being a little turned quicker, and he went for the foul score. He didn't get it, and he reacted very badly, I thought.
But a handshake at the end, and a yellow card for Kevin Scott.
And a bounce-up, is it a bounce-up, Brian, you think, or a free kick?
I didn't see where the ball was finished, actually, Jim. They're going to bring a substitute on. Billy Manuel's coming on, and Krasinski is going off for Brentford. Billy Manuel, a 23-year-old, once a Tottenham trainee, and then had a spell with Gillingham.
I can see that decision, actually. Remembering the lad against us, he covered every blade of grass, got tight in midfield, which they're not doing. They've got to, if they get tight in on O'Brien and stop him from dictating a little bit, they might break in off him, and I think that lad's got the ability to do that. He certainly did that against us early in the season.
It's great little worker, Billy Manuel, and it's a free kick now for Newcastle. O'Brien and Beresford. Liam O'Brien, driven straight into the back of Kevin Godfrey. Gary Blissett now for Brentford. Statham. Scott again. Bates turns and gets it away. Just earns a slight respite for the Brentford defence. And here is Billy Manuel, his first touch. Right, coming out a long way.
Actually, I thought that Blissett should have gone in a little bit harder on there, because he's in hell of a trouble there with the goalkeeper.
Manuel. Here's Lee. Gets Peacock. Now Lee Clark. Beresford wanting it on the left and getting it. He plays it in low towards Robert Lee. And nodded in by Gavin Peacock. And it's 2-0 to Newcastle. Well, just when it looked as though Brentford were coming back and could cause a few problems, Newcastle's quality made itself felt again. And the skipper has given them some breathing space. Beresford playing this ball in low. And it's hit by Lee against the crossbar, Peacock finishing it off.
It was incredible, really, because I thought at the time Beresford knocked a bad ball in, but Robert Lee made a super turn on the ball, a great turn, strike, and there's Gavin Peacock, brave as anything, getting the goal that I would think will kill the game off.
So it's Brentford then, get the game underway again. Jamie Bates hitting it long. They need a quick reply now, and Bates, who followed it in.
This game it sends you crazy, really, because it looks at that stage that Brentford were going to come into it, but as we said, the quality of Newcastle will always give them a chance, and that was a quality goal, really. Right, I mean, Robert Lee created it, and he's hardly had a touch all afternoon.
Gavin Peacock gets his 6th of the season. Bennett played a nice little ball in there for Simon Ratcliffe. Gary Blissett now for Brentford. Back to Statham. And Statham again. 7th of the season for Gavin Peacock. Beg his pardon. Free kick to Brentford. 20 minutes of the second half gone. Blissett. To Bennett. Caused Beresford a few problems, but Beresford was strong in the challenge there, but it'll be a throw to Newcastle.
I think I'd be having a look to bring Gale into the attack really at this stage now, Brian. I think Bennett's disappointed. I think you get Gale up there and have a go at him.
Well, he's warming up, Jim, in that far corner.
Oh yeah, I think he's almost certainly come on.
Scott with the free kick. Lee. Manuel. Benison with the throw for Newcastle. Peacock again. Played in again once more towards Sheedy. A terrific challenge by Millen though. Peacock not finished yet. Brentford are not finished yet. Peacock's not finished yet. Sheedy got a left foot shot in it. Handed off Brian Statham and behind for the corner.
Great ball in from John Beresford there. I thought it was going to be a goal, but he defended quite well there. Although it was a last-ditch efforts, but he managed to get away with it.
So Sheedy with the corner for Newcastle United. They are certainly amazing fans, well you know far better than I, Jim, those Newcastle fans, but they really do almost make every game a home game for Newcastle now, don't they?
They're unbelievable, and when you go up there, they suck the ball into the net. They are incredible. And I mean, they can go the other way also, but they do deserve success because they've had a lot of hard times, and they go and follow them all over the country. Anyway, they follow them anyway. They're fantastic supporters, and it's their life. And I'm delighted for them more than anybody. They're having the success at this stage of the season.
Payton with a kick for Brentford. Hit on the Newcastle bench.
It just shows you how goals change games. Newcastle looked a little bit tentative. Brentford seemed to be coming into it, and the one goal comes in, and they're again a different team again. They've got another step. They've got another step in themselves. Newcastle, I'm sure.
Well, as you saw, Marcus Gale is on. It's Kevin Godfrey who's gone off. Sheedy for Newcastle. O'Brien. Here's Kelly. And a goal kick.
We've got great movement up front, Newcastle. I mean, we've seen Kelly out here on outside right. Lee's gone through the middle. We've got super movement up front and look very, very comfortable in the final third when they're attacking.
Still sticking up in the director's box. Newcastle manager.
I don't think it has to come down now, Brian. I think it's all finished.
Listen. Scott to Lee. It's Clark. Statham.
So they're not pushing on at all, Brentford, when the ball's gone forward, and they've got to do.
Lee Clark. To Kevin Sheedy. It's David Kelly turning it into Clark again. They're playing some good stuff again here at Newcastle. Chris Hume just getting his head to it. Lee back to Benison, playing in again. Was there a shove on Peacock? Apparently not. It doesn't matter in any case because Newcastle keep possession. It was a quick intervention there by Lee Clark. Here's here's O'Brien.
I think it was Gavin forward looking for a penalty there, doing a little dive, trying to get the old penalty, but Mr. Gunn didn't fall for it.
19 minutes to go, as you can see. 2-0 to Newcastle. Smiley. Bale's chasing. Throw. Miller. Ratcliffe and Blizzard in there. Bennett also trying to get the ball out wide and does so successfully to Statham. Statham charged down by Sheedy. Here's Lee. Lovely play again by Newcastle. That time Billy Manuel bringing down Robert Lee.
Important, well, it was a bad tackle actually, but if he'd have gone past him, they were in there, they were in serious trouble, Brentford. And the quality of Newcastle's telling in the end actually, because Brentford are getting there, attacking third, and they're not producing really, they're not got the quality of Newcastle obviously.
With the free kick. Scott. Kelly trying to get on the end of it, but
good little flick on from Scott there. Jerry was a little bit slow coming out for it. He should have been reading that one a little bit earlier, I thought.
But so far today, Jim, is this really confirming all that you've known about Newcastle and seen this season of Newcastle, that they are clearly the one that you've all got to...
I think, without a shadow of doubt, they're the ones that we've all got to beat. I mean, they've got a flyer which everybody needs. They've got a fantastic start of the season, and with their fans and with the quality of players they've got, and strength in depth, they're going to take some stopping. Going to be very serious contenders for the championship. In fact, I can't see anybody else knocking them off the perch.
Here's Clark. Liam O'Brien, Mary Venison. Oh, lovely stuff they're playing again now. Young Lee Clark playing it in for Sheedy. Deflected in, and Gavin Peacock almost getting in there to finish it off.
I think if they'd been on Sheedy's left foot, I think that would have gone in, but...
it would have floated, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But they're playing super football now. As I said, that goal made the difference. They know they've won it, and they're showing us all the skills.
Bennett. Been on the left foot, who knows? Statham. Scale. Statham again. Gets it away. Sheedy knocks it down. Beresford with the clearance. Peacock gets there first. He's got Kelly here alongside him. And that's a shove on Kelly. Well,
I thought that was a definite foul there.
It's a definite foul. I think Alan Dunn must have seen that from a different angle entirely, but from where we were looking at it, it was clearly a shove in the back, wasn't it?
Well, I thought it was. I think he was looking when it was in the penalty area. No, that's all I was considering.
Yeah, Jim, let's have a look at it.
Yeah, definitely.
Ratcliffe offside against Blizzard. Free kick to Newcastle. Lee. Inside the last quarter of an hour of the game now.
They desperately need a goal, Brentford, if they're going to have any chance at all. But I can't see where it's going to come from.
Offside against Clark.
Touch and go, that is. Young Stephen Howe there, just looking at him, he's come through the test very well, and he's very composed, a super little ball there. And I thought Clark made a good run. He was a little bit unlucky to be adjudged offside.
Millen with the kick for Brentford. Gale up for it. Blizzard going in for it. Venison gets it back there. And Wright makes the clearance. It'll be a throw to Brentford.
Just shows you how important Tommy Wright's been today. He's made 2 brilliant saves.
Wonderful saves.
That's kept them where they are at this present time in being.
Hugh curling it in. Sheedy not getting it very far. This is Manuel. Trying to bring Smiley in, but there was not a lot of room there, and Robert Lee was very close to the winger in any case, Neil Smiley. Peacock, in turn finding Beresford, who's got Kelly away on the left for him, and Sheedy going through the middle. Now if he does get it onto the left foot, watch out, the referee is hands behind his back, so I think that was a stumble by Sheedy.
I think in the first instance, Brian, it was a foul, but he gave him the advantage, and he's getting a little bit old now, Kevin, and his legs wouldn't stand up, because I'm sure if he had a sub, that would have been in the back of the net, because he's got a good left foot there is.
Here's Blissett, can he get in behind them? There's the answer, and Brentford are back in business. Gary Blissett.
Just what the game wanted actually, Brian, to give us a really rousing last 10-15 minutes.
Well, he's a good prolific scorer and has been, and that was a real good striker's goal. The half chance came to him and his finish was absolutely immaculate.
Took it well, very well indeed.
Now there's a different noise around the place. Blissett gets behind them and hammers it in. So Newcastle leading now by 2 goals to 1. Gary Blissett, I think 8th of the season. Clark, O'Brien, Beresford. Important now that Brentford get their tackles in. They don't concede another one now. The goal kick.
Shows a dangerous time just as you've scored. They get break away and get a goal, but it will definitely make this a very interesting 10 minutes for Newcastle.
Here, up to Blissett. Touch back to Billy Manuel. O'Brien keeping it in play. Jamie Bates. Just touch it back to Payton.
I thought Jerry Payton was going to pick it up.
He better not.
He's been out there.
Sheedy. Oh, a lovely little touch by Kelly for Clark. David Kelly again, and the challenge by Bennett was...
So I thought Brentford were very lucky.
Yes.
I would have, at St James's Park, that would have definitely been a penalty.
But it wasn't, and Brentford are really back in business now, just 2-1 down, as Newcastle get possession again with Liam O'Brien. Gavin Peacock looked as though he was offside. No, there was no offside flag.
Brentford have got to get this ball forward. They've got to get it into these areas where they are now. They've got to put them under pressure.
It's with Smiley. And Madison concedes the corner. It's real good hustling play there by Neil Smiley. And who knows, as Jim Smith was saying, it is this sort of situation where Brentford can be at their most dangerous. Blissett's on the goal line. Ratcliffe's in there too. Big Marcus Gale, the substitutes in there. Jamie Bates is up and Millen from the back as well. Bates. And in the end, it's Tommy Wright.
I think they've got to get the ball out to Smiley as well and let him get at Venison, who's not the best defender. And I think get the crosses in, they've got they still have a chance to come for a draw, to get the draw.
Back with Jerry Payton at the moment. Scott. Smiley. Manuel. Backing away there with Robert Lee. Lee got the better of him. He's got Lee Clark inside him. Oh, a nice little play there by Lee Clark. Just showed that ball to Bates and then took it away from him, and a lovely ball into Robert Lee. But Lee Clark's not finished yet, he's gone down, and again the referee puts his hand behind his back, and he's surrounded the referee by protesting Newcastle players.
I thought that case was a dive, actually. I thought Lee went for the penalty. I thought the referee was right on that occasion. I'm not too sure on the other two occasions.
O'Brien. Still 8 minutes of the game left. And Brentford really are capable of making it a very torrid last 8 minutes as far as Newcastle and their 100% record is concerned. Billy Manuel up to Neil Smiley. Played in by Houghton. Scott with a header. O'Brien caught out by Manuel, just as Jim Smith was saying. He works and covers every blade. But it's Newcastle coming away. Halted by the linesman's flag.
I'd put Emmanuel on O'Brien and stop him from getting the free ball that's coming out on with the headers against this wind, and let him try and win that and get him from there.
Well, in the next 3 or 4 minutes, Jim, you've got to name your man of the match, which I would have thought is not going to be an easy job.
It's a very difficult one. I'm trying to think who. There's been some very good performances.
Scott with a header. Houghton playing it in, but whistle had gone. You can have a couple of minutes to think about it, James.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's been good performances. Gavin Peacock, Kelly, Sheedy, Blissett. I think Blissett's done a good job. Tommy Wright has made vital saves, 2 vital saves.
Throw to Newcastle United. 6 minutes of the game left. Bryan, Bates. The referee's whistle had gone.
Yeah, give offside there. I think they're the decisions that shouldn't be given. We've got the ball at this end. It was a good clearance. We should be getting on with the game.
Payton with the kick for Brentford. They certainly want to get on with the game now. Super chance.
I see why Gale wasn't on from the start, Brian. Well, I mean, that was an unbelievable chance to equalise. And he wasn't offside. They're complaining that he was offside, but he wasn't.
Get a corner.
Should have equalised there.
Seemed to be forever now, one-on-one here. Played in. Tommy Wright waited for a moment, and Keith Millen came roaring in on that one. Millen's down on the goal line. There's going to be a problem here, but it won't be for the moment because there's a corner, but he'll need some attention. Roy Clear, the physio, comes on. While Keith Millen is getting attention, you may have noticed, Jim, that the Newcastle manager has now come onto the bench.
Oh, he's getting nervous at long last. I think that must be just to salute the fans at the end of the game.
Yeah. But obviously there's just a little bit of concern now.
Pretty much. I mean, in all fairness,
that should have been 2-2.
Yes. I mean, I think Newcastle have just about edged it, but having said that, we know that as the game is, Brentford had a fantastic opportunity to make it 2-2 there. And it's still not all over yet with this corner.
Oh, Keith Millen.
Because Tommy Wright got his hand on a very important touch there when Millen got his knock, because he was in the middle of the goals. I thought he was going to score.
So Phil Holder, the Brentford manager, on the left of the picture. Looking on, and will be certainly very well aware that they've missed a glorious opportunity of picking up a point from this game at least. Well, maybe yet, they can still do it. It's not over yet, with something like 3 minutes of the game left. And a corner about to come sailing in from Neil Smiley. Kenny Bates in there. Oh. You had to bend back and make sure that was Neil Smiley. That was very unlike him. Yeah. He serves usually a very good corner.
Waste, what a waste, what a chance to put them under further pressure.
Peacock. Lee. Manuel. Peacock. Played into Sheedy.
The one thing you'd think if Blissett had got that chance, it would have been 2-all at this stage, Brian.
Without doubt. Mind you, in fairness to Marcus Gale, as we always say, it's difficult to get yourself into the pace of the game when you first come on, Jim, isn't it?
Well, they've been very kind to him there,
well,
but,
maybe.
But you're right, it's very difficult as a sub to come on, but it was a golden opportunity.
Absolutely. So we'll just see what happens here, then we'll get Jim to name his man of the match. It's Peacock now, playing it wide. Peacock. Name of the man of the match then, Jim.
Well, I mean, it's a very difficult decision, and I've named Tommy Ryan. I don't particularly like naming goalkeepers as man of the match because it takes away from the outfield players. There's some super displays by Peacock and Sheedy and Blissett, but I'll give it to Tommy Ryan because he's made vital saves at very important times for Newcastle.
Sheedy having it charged down. Lee. Yes, he made two absolutely stunning saves, didn't he, at least? At crucial moments, as you say. Tommy Wright, the 29-year-old Northern Ireland international goalkeeper, gets the Barclays bubbly. And he's the sort of lad who might enjoy it, do you think?
I think he will. I'm certain he'll share it round the lads. I think it'll be very useful for him on the way back to Newcastle.
Jump by Blissett. Playing time added on now at the end of 90 minutes. And Newcastle just a matter of seconds away, possibly, from making it 9 straight wins. Newcastle's ball. David Kelly, who got the thing moving for Newcastle with that goal of his after just 10 minutes. Barry Venison will take the kick for them now. Hugely enjoyable game, though, Jim.
Extremely. Both sides have been very positive. It's been end-to-end stuff, really.
Kelly getting it in, and Peacock was there again. Brentford who knocked it away.
Brentford just like the quality of Newcastle, which, to be fair, most teams in the second division like that quality because they've got some tremendous quality in attacking situations.
Both linesmen have said that the 90 minutes is up. The referees acknowledge that. And away goes Peacock. Kelly's waiting in the middle for him. Minute and a half of injury time has been played. Corner for Newcastle United.
think Gavin did the sensible thing there. He kept it down and waited and didn't try and force anything, just keep the ball in that area at this stage.
Peacock with a back header. And there goes the final whistle. And it's 9 straight wins for this amazing Newcastle United side of Kevin Keegan's. They won here then at Griffin Park in West London today by 2 goals to 1. And they had those fights right at the end. Gary Blissett put Brentford back into it. And Marcus Gale with a one-on-one against Tommy Wright looked odds on to make it 2-2. But the chance went flying away. David Kelly's goal and one by Gavin Peacock has given Newcastle a victory by 2 goals to 1. So they stay at the top of the table now with a 5-point lead with games in hand. And as Jim Smith was saying, off to a real flyer. They are the team to beat. They are the team that look as though they're heading towards the First Division Championship. And there's their captain, Gavin Peacock. As you can see with our floor manager there, he's the man we're hoping that Jim Rosenthal is going to get a word with. Gavin, who I happen to know his mum and dad, Keith and his wife Leslie, are both here today. They really have enjoyed watching Gavin's performance and Newcastle United's as well. So Brentford go disappointedly into their dressing room. Let's see if we can get a word with the Newcastle United captain. Newcastle fans with so much to celebrate again on their long journey back to the northeast. Let's go and have a word with Gavin Peacock.
Well, Gavin, they're all chanting your name behind you. A tremendous afternoon for you personally and for the team, this one.
Yeah, I think it was a real team performance. Tremendous commitment from all the lads. And we show that we can battle away from home and play our football when we've out-battled the other side. And it's going to be hard to stop us now.
You say play your football, not the easiest conditions, it's because the one thing that a pro hates is a blustery wind.
That's right, it was terrible conditions for us. And that's why I say we had to really battle. And after that, we won the battle and we played some good football.
Now, what does this lot behind you mean to, I mean, it's almost a cliche to talk about the Newcastle fans, but they never cease to surprise me.
They're unbelievable. They are what makes the club special, and their passion has really come through to us on the field, and with support like this away from home, you can't help but do well.
And just finally, you got a goal that your boss Kevin Keegan would have been proud of.
Yeah, header. It wasn't a very powerful one, but you know, I was in the 6-yard box, and it was nice that it went in and the winning goal.
Thanks a lot. I'm sure he's waiting for you back in the dressing room. Thanks, Kevin.